1, 2, 3.
Useless secrets be your wing. There's a little good in everything. You are a conductor. You are a conductor. The giant step going out, reeling in jungles of doubt. You are a conductor. You are a conductor. Shambling.
It's not enough just to say, take the nature challenge and begin to change your way. We've all got to do that. But if we don't have a government that's there setting regulations and using taxation the right way, we're just not going to be able to turn this ship around.
And so I don't think there's ever been a better time for conservation. I don't think it's really a trend, though. I don't think it's anything that would go out of style.
We want to see a 100% renewable energy future here in Canada. Wouldn't that look beautiful?
It's going to happen because the people, you and me, and folks like us, are going to put pressure on this government. We need a social movement to fight global warming.
You've got to get involved in these issues. You have to be attentive, and you have to be accountable.
You are a conductor.
In 1989, The Nature of Things did the first major special on global warming. And I remember writing in the script, we have to act on global warming now. But it's a slow motion catastrophe. You see, we really thought that it would take decades before there would be any perceptible effect. I really thought global warming wouldn't kick in until 80 or 100 years from back in 1988. So we thought we had time. It wasn't that urgent that we start those big reductions. And the shocking thing, of course, is that every year the evidence has been getting stronger and stronger, that even with a 0.7 degree rise, nature is already showing enormous consequences of that tiny amount of temperature rise.
You are a conductor.
I think we're sort of living under some sort of illusion or delusion that things are somehow okay or going to take care of themselves. The environment is going to preserve itself.
And what you could be doing right now that you're studying in this university, you could be solving this problem. You could be addressing climate change. You could be creating new ways to create employment in this country.
You are a conductor.
We are the generation that is going to either solve these problems or be blamed for them for the rest of time.
David says you will be there. I can't wait, I'm so excited to hear what he's gonna say. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better train. So let's start giving.
This is the best part.
As Dalton McGuinty told a room full of environmentalists a couple weeks ago, I was lucky enough to be sitting in on. He said, you know, politicians are lay people. We are not experts. We rely on advisors. We rely on the advice of a lot of people. And I think right now we must see ourselves as advisors. You have the power to make a difference, especially when you come together collectively and organize and agitate and walk your talk.
I'll get up when the sun comes.
it's going to be very, very difficult for the Inuit to continue to live and be Inuit in the far north. They're going to have to move south where there's greater security. We know that there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people who are going to be climate refugees, and they're going to be coming to our borders. Are we willing as a society to take responsibility for them?
Fall out of the crib and play with the stars and air guitar. Flow in a river or fly in a car to the moon.
What does it take for the public to do to get politicians in Ottawa to act? And the former Prime Minister said, if you can get 100,000 people demonstrating in Ottawa, you will get the government to act. We need huge jobs to be built in the wind, the solar, the geothermal sector. We've got to have thousands of troops out there working to make your homes more energy efficient and our workplaces more energy efficient. We've got to redesign the way that we live so our buildings are a positive attribute. They create all of the energy they need right there in the building, and it can be done. We've got to get the buildings wrapped in skins of solar cells. The buildings attract or gather water that rains on them. We've got to have every roof being green. But I'm asking you, please, for your own future, you've got to start preparing to put your bodies on the line and come to Ottawa and start demanding that your concerns be felt. Thank you very much.
Boy, from where I stand, there's a whole lot of people here. We're not at 100,000 yet, but I don't know about you, but I'd join in. If 100,000 of us agreed to meet back here, we've had such a good time at the Flick Off Express. I bet we could do this again.
Flick off, man!
Flick off!
Flick off! Woo!
Flick off! Flick off!
I'm asking you to flick off.
Flick off!
Flick off!
And I'm just gonna flick off.
Flick off! Flick off!
Flick off!
Flick off.
We will flick off!